Yes, guys, welcome back to my garden. Thank you for hanging out with me in my garden. It's been a long time. I will explain, don't worry, I apologise. I'm going to show you my garden and what is going off. I'll be honest, I've not been in the garden as much the last few months. I sort of burnt myself out a little bit, was busy in sort of my normal family life. I have a young family, so sometimes obviously that takes precedent. And yeah, I got to the point where I wanted to still show you guys my garden, but I was like, oh, I'm going to get it sorted and I'm going to get on top of it and then I'll show them. And then I didn't get on top of it. And then we went on holiday, and then we came back and I've just been sort of getting on top of it over the last few weekends. So I say getting on top of it. I decided that I wanted to show you guys the garden while I wasn't on top of it yet, and then I came out and started a few jobs, so I haven't got on top of it, but I've made a start. But anyway, I'm going to show you my garden, my October garden. So let's start with the veg patch. I've had a lot of tomatoes. I'm always a little bit ambitious with which ones are going to ripen, especially because I stopped watering and feeding them. So, yeah, I need to get the last few off, and then maybe I'll try and make like green chutney or something, because I've never done that before. Nasturtiums have looked awesome again this year, and I tell you what, you can see all these sort of insects that are on them. Obviously it stops them from going for other stuff that you wouldn't want them to go for, and a lot of these nasturtiums, they actually self-seeded from last year, so that's really cool. Now is I've got nasturtiums growing in certain places, and yeah, they'll hopefully come back sort of every year. Runner beans have been awesome. I'm going to collect those runner beans and grow them again next year because it's one that I really love. And then we have a little pumpkin arrangement that I've done here. How cool is that? We went pumpkin picking, and yeah, the plants had died because I hadn't watered them. There's a theme here, guys, isn't there? And yeah, so I thought, well, you know what? I don't have to water pumpkins, do I? So so yeah, I put them there. Dahlias are still looking lovely all over the garden. And I tell you what, when we came back from Disneyland Paris, this bench had blown onto this border here, so that's why that is looking a little bit squashed. Hydrangea this year, guys, I didn't water when I needed to. I was just feeling a bit lazy in sort of, I say lazy, a little bit busy in June, July time sort of thing. And yeah, so a lot of them went a little bit crispy. That was the best one that you can see on the right. But yeah, you can still, there's still a lot of colour. Sorry, I'm fumbling my words there. There is still a lot of colour, so yeah, pleased about that. Here I've started to tidy up the path because the crocosmia does sort of die into the path. I've removed the seed head so it doesn't go everywhere. Well, I've missed a few there. But I tell you guys, one thing I've learned is that there's lots of frogs that hibernate in the crocosmia in this border, so I don't touch it. I let it sort of die back, and obviously then they can use that as habitat through the winter. This border, I know it's looked good this year, but I'm really excited for next year. I think it's just going to get better and better now. Daily is looking good. You can see that I haven't sort of tied them up and supported them. Yeah, life has just been a little bit busy over the last few months, and I've had to sort of concentrate on other things. This daily here, though, it's lovely. It's like the lighting doesn't really do it justice for you guys, but on the tips it's like pink, and then obviously it's orange, which I wouldn't have been a fan of an orange dahlia a few years ago, but in my hot border I think that's okay. You can see everything is starting to sort of look a little bit orange. These are absolutely gorgeous. Check these out. Miscanthus zebranus, and yeah, these seed heads, really lovely. Yeah, they look really cool wafting in the wind. Tree ferns look good this year, and that Fatsia japonica at the back corner there just goes bigger and bigger. You can't believe it. So yeah, look at that, like it's literally starting to flower now. And that's the thing I wanted to show you actually. I'm climbing up onto here. The Clematis montana has started flowering again. You see a few of them have gone over, but yeah, it's really cool. Hopefully, what I'm going to do is, obviously where it's going through next door's drain, I'm going to cut it there and then try and get it so it sort of grows over the shed a little bit, and yeah, just sort of covers that bit. It goes crazy though, guys. If you guys want a climber that's like can handle some shade, look at that. I planted it. It was down there like a few years ago, and it's gone crazy. Not last year, the year before maybe. Now I'm pretty sure I heard the squirrel. Oh, getting thorns in me. I've been in love with Colliers the last few years. They've really done well in my garden. So yeah, they look really cool. I'm sort of going everywhere, guys, and getting a little bit too excited. I do want to sort of talk about what I want to change going forward. So this border here has been awesome. I do want to rejig it. Some of the heights I got a bit wrong. What I will do next year though is I will do the Chelsea chop on the heleniums. I didn't want to do it this year because it was a case of I wanted them to sort of bed in and sort of get settled, but then I sort of regretted not doing it when they went as tall as they did. So yeah, hopefully next year they're a little bit stumpier. The salvia was nowhere near as tall as what I had anticipated, so that's why there's like a little bit of a gap. And the same with the Rebecca, like it didn't sort of get as established this year. So hopefully next year that does get a bit more established, and there's not so much that sort of gap at the back. This border here, I'm going to move. You're going to see the mic. Right, I'm going to move this Taxus baccata U and put it here. Now, I did have one there eventually, so it sort of, there was one either side, and then it died. And then I planted those two there, and one of them's died. So I'm thinking, well, this one that's still alive here, I am going to put there. Really, really happy with this section. I think it just needs a little bit more colour in terms of flowers. I want to plant some Alstroemeria in there. Alstroemeria, sorry. And yeah, obviously the roses are getting sort of black spot now, so I need to keep an eye on that and make sure I sort of cut everything back. This section I really like, but I don't like how you can't see the pond very well, the waterfall. That's still annoying me. Even like this section here, I've spoken about it before. So next year I really need to sort of make sure I can see that waterfall, because it's such a lovely waterfall and I don't ever get to sort of show it off, which obviously I'm posting on Instagram, so it's good to get views to do things. So yeah, that's something I want to into next year. I want to change that. This section is looking really good. The trailing catmint has looked really good this year. I really like that. And I got, oh guys, I forgot to show you, I got these. Oh, let me show you this. You guys are going to be well jealous. So I got these chimneys. My mate gave me those. So yeah, I'm going to plant those up, and I'm going to put pots in them so that I can change the display through the year. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to move the Taxus baccata here and then put those right here. One thing I have accepted defeat in this year is that because of how much I've put and built up around here, the plants near the fence there don't get enough sun. So with that in mind, I'm going to plant, I think, a load of hydrangeas there next year, because with what I've done in this area, I've made it shady on that side, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have like half shade on the far side, and then it's going to be like sort of your more sunnier things on this side. That's what I'm thinking anyway. That may change. I'm sort of thinking out loud there to you guys. These planters, I'm still not happy with them, but yeah, we'll see what we do next year. This pelargonium here smells incredible. It's from Sarah Raven. She makes drinks out of it, like cordial, and I need to overwinter it because I let it just die back last year, and it survived, but it hasn't flowered at all because I think it was a little bit behind what it should have been. So yeah, I need to sort that. And then I want to sort this section. My shed is looking lovely. I think I showed you guys before the Instagram reel went out for the shed, so really pleased with that. So going forward, I haven't got the keys at the minute, but going forward, like you see, I've decorated the background. So going forward, hopefully I can make some awesome videos where, even if it's like reviews of stuff and stuff like that, if it's like raining, I can still sort of record, because at the minute, if it's raining on a weekend, I'm a little bit screwed in sort of getting stuff out to you guys, to show you guys. This I want to sort out. You can see I planted some hydrangeas there, but it just doesn't get enough water. It's just so dry in this area. So what I'm going to do, I may move those hydrangeas into that section over there, and then plant some pink hydrangeas as well, because they're hydrangea Annabelles at the minute, and then rethink what I'm doing there. But it's a tough area because it's sort of in the sort of early spring it gets a decent amount of sun, but as soon as the leaves come on this tree, it is a shady area but also a really dry area as well. So maybe I just replace these Buxus balls with yew balls. I don't know. I'm undecided there. I need to repair this table. This wood that I used at the top is just warped. Like the pallet wood that I used as the base of it is better than that wood, unfortunately. So that's really annoying. I need to change the base of that because the sand has just got all wet inside. It's really annoying. And I still need to sort this tree out and prune it. So that is a job to do as well. But yeah. So obviously going mad at the garden, and I do it every year. Like I get so like in love with it and hyper focused, and I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to show you guys this and I want to show you guys that it gets to sort of the end of June and I'm just like done in, and I've spoken about this tree before as well. So I'm getting that tree, I'm not getting cut down, don't worry. I'm getting it not even pollarded, I'm getting it reduced, so the crown is sort of reduced a certain percentage. I had a few people come out and look at it, and the reason I went with the person I went with is not just price. No, but genuinely, when this person came round, you could see he was like literally looking at the tree and he was like, oh, that is such a lovely tree and this, that and the other. And then like I'd said that someone had said about pollarding it, and he was like, nah, it'd be such a shame to do that. And the fact that he had like a genuine sort of care and love for a tree that he'd never met before. This is the first time he'd met the tree. It really sort of gave me confidence that he'd sort of try and do a really good job, not only for reducing the size but also for the tree, so that because it is a really beautiful tree, it is just got a little bit too crazy, too much pollen coming off it. That is getting done in November. So maybe it's early November, so maybe I'll do the November tour just after that's been done, so you can see what has been done. But we've got to wait for all those chestnuts to come down. You can see squirrels at the minute are having an absolute field day because they're loving eating all those chestnuts. I've been watching them. I think the thing I've struggled with gardening, I've realised, is that so I used to play football. For those of people who sort of don't know, I used to play football, and I only realised after I started getting injuries and started not being able to play football how important football was for my life, in terms of when I played football, whether it be on a Saturday and a little bit more competitive, or whether it be a kickabout with my mates or whatever it was, my mind was taken off of everything in life during that time, and that's a really healthy thing. Like, it's not healthy for your mind to always be going, and as someone with ADHD, my mind is always going. So when I didn't have football, I really struggled not having that time where my mind was slowed down and just taken off it. Well, gardening was the first thing I found which took my mind off of everything and slowed me down, and you know what I mean, really sort of had a good effect on me like that. I'm not saying it's no way near as exhilarating as scoring in football and that, but and I think what's happened is over time with me sharing my garden and stuff, I forget sometimes to garden for myself. I'm always sort of, I come into the garden, I need to get this done, I need to get that done, I need to make this video, I need to make that video, I want to show the guys this, I want to show the guys that. And then so all of a sudden, everything is so sort of militant, and I've sort of forgotten to slow down and have that time where it takes my mind off of life and calms me and just sort of sort of generates me and it has that good effect on me. So that's just something I learned this year. Like, I think sometimes we go through things and then we don't realize necessarily what's happening at the time, and then we look back and we can sort of analyze things, and then we can improve, we can learn from them. And that is something I'm going to take into 2026, is making sure, not only because I love sharing my garden, genuinely love sharing my garden. From the moment I joined Instagram, I know this is YouTube, but from the moment I joined Instagram, spoke to like-minded people, saw other people's passion for plants, like I've got passion for plants, do you know what I mean? Like, as you can see, like there's some where I let them down, and that ace over there is looking a little bit crispy. Not that one. That one. But yeah, overall I absolutely love it. And but yeah, sometimes I just forget to garden for myself, so that is a lesson I'm taking into 2026. And so yeah, maybe this can be a little bit of a reminder to you watching, that if you're sort of, you get like me, you get hyper focused, like focus on the task at hand, maybe sometimes slow down a little bit and just do it for the enjoyment, to sort of take your mind off of things. So but yeah, that is my October garden. I'll leave it there because it is evening time, so it's going to be dark soon, so the lighting's not going to be good. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching, thank you for hanging out with me. Let me know if there's anything you want to see going forward. I think with these videos I can only do so much because of the editing, so I think these videos are always going to be sort of chatty videos. Like the odd time I'll do ones where they're a lot more edited, where I get sort of a lot more time to do them, but because of time, because I've got a young family and then I'm doing the other socials as well, these are more like a journal to sort of like not only show you guys what I'm doing and show the sort of progress and the journey, but also for me to look back on myself. Like I can look back on a few years ago when no one was watching, a few more people watch now, not loads and loads, but like enough for me to really sort of appreciate. But when I first started posting, no one watched, but I still did them because it was a lovely little journals for myself to just watch how the garden is progressing. And it means that I have landscape footage as well of the garden, how it's sort of changing and that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm digressing, but I do really appreciate you guys watching, taking your time out your day to watch. I know how precious time is and how busy our lives are. So yeah, thank you very much. If you can like and subscribe, that would be amazing. More importantly, look after yourselves, and I'll catch you on the next one.